the business. Happy, 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 happy. Da-da-da-dee, da-dee.
Don't forget you've got the vacuuming to do now.
What?
The vacuuming, come on, hurry.
Oh, for goodness sake, don't be so ridiculous, Willoughby.
I've got my nails to do and I just, you just have to hurry.
Oh, come on. Hello, welcome. Whale is on again, and you may wonder what on earth Whale is doing tonight. Well, tonight the programme is on a woman's place. Before we get into that, a little closer, please. A pox on all those of you who caused that disgusting trouble in Bournemouth last week. Wherever you came from in the country, a pox on you. All right? It's a little Shakespearean speak. Diane Willoughby, how lovely to see you.
And you?
If you were a man, I wouldn't have kissed you. But Diane, of course, who is well known for being a page 3 lady, is giving it all up.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
As from now?
Yes. That's from a few months ago.
A few months ago,
I'm
getting married?
I'm going to do the dishes and have babies and do silly things like that now.
Do you feel threatened about doing that? Do you think perhaps you'll
No.
give... No?
No, I might do it another year, but then I might change my mind and do something different.
Uh-huh. But you don't feel that the woman's place is...
It's nowhere, it's wherever she wants it to be.
Wherever she wants it to be?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't feel that you've been sexist and that you let the side down doing all those sort of risque poses in the papers?
Definitely not.
Eh? You don't?
No, everyone likes to be sexy.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Well, yes, I do.
And every man does.
And every man does. Come
Yeah,
around
well.
here one moment, because, we have the... is this a woman's place in the kitchen, of course? I want you to ring and let me know where you think a woman's place is. The number to ring coming up on the screen now, 0532. Are you going to get on with the washing up while you're there?
Oh, do I have
Yes,
to?
you do. 46 1000, OK? Or you could fax us on this number. I can never remember the fax number. And I also have... Thank you, I'm speaking here. Thank you very much indeed. I also have some notes to read to you from the campaign for the feminine woman and concern for family. Please, I'm speaking. Family and womanhood. For instance, the CFW, stop laughing around
James,
here,
how
please.
long have I got to clean this cook and I feel like Al Charlton on a bad day here?
Chrissy, lovely
I
to see.
hope you're
Now,
not frightened of bed jogs after that shot there, lad.
is it disgusting in there?
Oh, I feel like Al Charlton on a bad day.
Yes, yeah, no, it's good. Chrissy, you're looking... Do you always dress like this to do the
Oh,
cleaning?
for the oven,
You
especially.
do?
Well,
Yeah.
I've been converted now.
So I presume you have a different outfit for the vacuuming and one for the gardening and
Oh, yes. Wellies for the garden and wellies Myskow.
Wellies Myskow?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Well, listen, seeing you're here, it's lovely to have you on the show. This is
Thank
your
you,
first
love.
ever time on TV?
No.
Second.
Crime Watch was my first.
Oh, Crime Watch, yeah. I'd forgotten that. OK. Now, listen, the CFW... I tried to get these people on the programme, but they wanted too much money. The CFW is a British-based organisation and a charitable trust, all right? The main objects of this organisation are to advance education, to preserve, to promote the proper man-woman relationship. Do you understand what I mean?
Well, I have got a vibrator.
Oh, this is going horribly wrong. Masculinity and femininity,
Yeah.
the difference... Oh, right, OK.
Video.
We'll take a video. Here we go. This is more like it. This is the sort of thing they should be doing. Getting fit, making themselves attractive and beautiful for you and me. Carry on, Sarah.
Well done, and well done.
You don't have anything much to do all day, then? You just sit around drinking coffee and...
And ignoring the things I've got to do.
Dossing around.
Dossing
yeah.
around,
Don't
yeah.
you have a man to look after?
I'd have to look after him.
You don't?
He can look after himself, he's quite capable.
A man to look after you.
Yeah.
Doesn't he
Keep
need
him at work most of the
cleaning
time.
and mucking out and that sort of stuff?
I think he's quite capable of doing those sorts
Really?
of things himself, yeah. I mean, he can use a hoover, you know.
He can't.
Yes.
Oh,
And a washing machine.
God. And what about this lady over here? You've nothing else to do? I mean, sort of...
Well, apart from keep the house and go to work?
Yeah.
No.
You see, I think that it's men that are downtrodden. I think men as second-class citizens, have been made second-class citizens, are so stupid in the main that they don't realise that their wives, girlfriends, lovers are manipulating them to do exactly what they want.
It's just that we're getting our own back after generations of misuse.
461000. He's waiting for your call now.
How do you take the coffee, Carolyn?
White and fairly weak, please.
White and fairly weak. Okay, now in case you wondered what happened just then, apparently all the sound went down, but it didn't. Fellini, of course, as you know, is, well, he's a perfectionist, and we went to the video. This is Carolyn Miller. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Carolyn. Now, what exactly are you?
I'm an image consultant.
An image consultant, that's
yes.
right.
And basically, it's not about just dressing the outside of somebody, but understanding their inside as well, so that you dress not just what a person is, but who they are, which is really where their power lies. And for most women, there's a great confusion in this.
A lot of women think to be on a par with men, that they have to be very sort of masculine, very feminist, very sort of go out there and sock it to them.
Yes, and it's really quite wrong. I was quite interested. Women in this country have a confusion about their role. They tend to think that they need to be like the men, and they've forgotten what matriarchal power is. And people tend to think because male power is dominant and aggressive and go out there and get it, the hunter thing, that female power, which is much gentler, much more intuitive, is submissive, and that's not true. It actually lies in receptivity, in receiving and summing up a whole situation, and it's equal to male power. One has no value without the other.
So that a woman trying to compete with a man and trying to ape a man, if you like, is not going to win.
Not on his terms, and it's interesting that in the matriarchal countries like Italy and Spain, they have more women MPs than they do in, say, Sweden and this country. That to rest on your own power and be who you are is fine. It doesn't mean matriarchal power is not about doing the washing up or having 20 children. It's about doing whatever it is you want to do it, but doing it in the way that's best suited for you.
So are you power-dressed, or is that a thing that really is a figment of the Americans, you know?
Oh, no, I am power-dressed.
You are?
Yes. And
but
I've got
femininely power-dressed.
But femininely power-dressed. I think a lot of people think power dressing is navy suits, and basically it's looking good, and for one woman it may be in the black leather, for another woman it may be in a slinky dress, for another it may be a suit. It depends.
And I believe you're very keen on, if a woman is going to business or anything like that, that she should never let a man open the door for her or hold her briefcase.
No, you've got me wrong.
I've got you wrong.
You've got me wrong. It depends who's senior. Manners in business is not about male and female, it's about the pecking order. If she's junior, she'll open the door. If she's senior, he will.
You see, on camera 2, we have Liz, who is operating camera 2, and her headphones slipped off earlier, and I rushed to actually to put them on for her. Now, had one of the men's headsets fallen, I wouldn't have gone anywhere near them. Is that the sort of wrong thing to do, really?
Well, no, it was a nice thing to do, and I mean, probably very helpful for her. I think probably you wouldn't pick up a woman's briefcase, for instance. She would carry her own. You'd be taking away her shield.
Yeah.
It's a question of common sense. I think one can get very picky about these things.
Now, when you had a little problem with the microphones, I didn't get round to telling you about this concern for family and womanhood, the campaign for feminine women, the CFF, who wouldn't appear on the programme tonight. They wanted too much money. They're a charity, and they wanted more money than we would pay Big Country, who are appearing live a little later. And they say they want to bring back the roles, the different sex roles, marriage and the family unit, in accordance with the Holy Bible and the marriage service in the Book of Common Prayer. They say that so-called women's lib or feminist movement is as dangerous as cancer. It's a perversion in human society which must be eradicated. And the women's libbers want to ignore the natural sex differences and to destroy the natural sex roles and the family, regardless of the fact that these things are the source of most human love and happiness. Are these people out of their brains, or
Not really. I gave up work and actually was very poor in order to bring my children up, because I didn't think I could work and raise 2 boys together. But for every woman, it's her choice.
Just listen to this then. If you think that's okay, listen to this.
Well,
they also
I didn't say it was okay. I didn't say it was completely out of their...
They say the man is rightly the head of both the woman and the family and should be their protector and provider. The truly feminine woman expects and wants to submit and obey in the context of love. She wants a masculine man to insist on his natural dominant role just as much as he does.
Well, I like
Is that a lot of bollocks or not?
Well, I like a masculine man, and you probably like a feminine woman, but I don't know that it means one being dominant and subservient to the other.
What do you think? Call us now. We're back after this.
For in the rain.
What time do you want to be up in the morning?
That's more your problem, I'd have thought.
Oh, right.
I
don't want to be up anyway.
I can't see to
Oh, sorry, camera
see
3.
to do my nails.
What?
Can you put the lights on? But I can't see to do my nails.
No, I've only got subdued lighting in the flat. Hang on, if I pull it over, is that any better for you?
Well, yeah.
How's that? Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? How are you doing, Myskow, anyway? All right?
All right, okay.
Good.
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very nice. Okay.
It
Right.
isn't at all tacky, of course.
No,
Not
we
easy
wouldn't do
tacky
anything
for
tacky,
anyone.
you and I, on television, would we?
Not at all.
What do you think about this campaign for feminine women? I mean, you've interviewed
It's
them.
deeply worrying because this chap, David, came, what's his name, David Stein?
Something like that, something like that, yeah.
Came on my programme on BSB, which is a debate show called Nina versus the Rest.
Well.
We did a programme about the hypocrisy of sex. And they produced this leaflet, which, I mean, it sounds all very concerned and genuine and warm and family-loving, and you'd probably stuff, 50p in the tin if you were passing. But in fact, I think it's actually really, really dangerous stuff. Because if you take it to its fullest lengths about this submissive woman, he actually thinks that men are more intelligent than women. He goes banging on about men's brains being bigger and therefore...
He's a prat, basically, is he?
Yes.
I think he sounds like a bit of a prat, to be quite honest with you. Look, I've got another bit here. Listen to this. In some activities, such as wrestling and bodybuilding, you're getting... Just to put the microphone on, that's okay. Bodybuilding, women make disgusting fools of themselves, and it's a reflection of a sick society that people, including governments, should encourage these man-aping women to pervert womanhood, which should be symbolized by, oh, you're going to love this, grace, beauty, gentleness, and femininity, on that side of the bed if you're going to throw up, not by masculine toughness, stamina, and brawn.
Well, I think, it's only men who have difficulty getting it up, who want to put women down, really, isn't it? And I think that that he's obviously got huge problems in relating to women in general. I just don't understand why he needs to bolster up men in general by putting women down in this way. It's appalling.
You see, this thing of a woman's place, I mean, is there really any difference between a woman's place and a man's place?
No, none at all.
Yeah.
I mean, women should be where they want to be, and men should be where they want to be. But on the other hand, because women have suffered for generations and centuries, because they are prey to their bodies, i.e., women get pregnant and therefore have to look after children. It's only in the last quarter of a century that women have had any kind of control. And
you wouldn't think that a woman who decided she wanted to have children and be at home was throwing away her life if that's what she wanted to do.
If that's exactly what she wants, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I just don't happen to want it at all.
Right. Now, I'm going to do some letters first. You've got a book somewhere, so you're reading. You're reading something.
Exactly.
You're doing your toenails and reading.
Yes, it's a little present for you. It's called Love, Sex and the Pursuit of Chocolate, which is all there is in life. No,
no, sorry, no.
None of that.
It's an in-joke, really. Right, okay.
I think it was at the time, too.
Yeah.
No,
I've got my wire lost. Oh, sorry, right, okay, that's fine.
I was going to say, if you'd really like to read it, I'd be jolly pleased to see that you could read without moving your lips.
Oh, well, shall I try?
Oh, just try.
Well, okay.
Yes. You're not in it, by the way.
No, I didn't think I would be. I'm about 10 years too old. Right.
10? 10.
At least I'm not smoking in bed. Now, I've got some letters here, which I must mention. I've got a very, very funny letter that came from the requisitioning department of the Iraqi army. It's a good program, isn't it? That's nice.
Yes, I know. It's much more interesting than this one.
Please supply 3 tons of military-strength gunpowder. It's required so that our soldiers can make fireworks to entertain local underprivileged children. Honest. Little sick sense of humour from one of our
Pretty
viewers,
good,
actually.
pretty good.
Chris Nicholas from Driffield, North Humberside says, why has Andy Crane left children's BBC? He's the one who was getting upstaged by the duck, remember?
Oh, that's right, yes.
Is it because he's run out of ways of saying, and now on BBC One, it's time for Neighbours?
I think because he ran out of hairspray.
Could you, oh, that was amazing hair. How could anybody do that? I wish I had hair like that.
Exactly, you're just jealous.
I am.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like hair like that?
Good God, no.
No, I suppose not. Jesse Mill in, okay, fine. Somebody knocking on the window. They can't come in. Jesse Mill in Cumbernauld in Glasgow suggests a show on the magic 70s when you could talk to stars like Mud, oh, your friend Gary Glitter, T-Rex. Mark Bolan has been dead for quite some time,
Awfully
so that
bright
will
red.
be unavailable really to get him on. Yeah.
Stars of the 70s sounds like a contradiction in terms, doesn't it?
You think so? And this is a good one. We've got a little note today as well from Mr. Edwards of London, who phoned up to thank us for the tickets we sent him in January for a show last February, and they arrived today.
Well, that's typical of the post office. Don't you hate the post office? I mean, seriously. Do you realise they've screwed up people's birthdays?
No competition. No competition.
Well, it's
if you
not
had
just-
competition, they wouldn't be doing it.
Well, the appalling thing is, if you've got a birthday on a Monday, when do people post the cards? They post them on Saturday, they arrive Tuesday. They post them on Friday, they arrive Saturday.
Well, that's full of little tediums.
It's appalling.
Yeah.
I loathe them.
Can we take some fun? I'm a bit concerned. Where's my camera? Which am I? Am I over here? Oh, down here. I'm a little bit concerned, really, about taking phone calls with Nina and I in bed, but we'll try.
I have my briefcase, which you're not supposed to touch, by the way.
Sorry, okay. Is that
Yeah, I
right,
have my
okay.
briefcase here. don't
Okay, here we go. Vincent, hello. In Nottingham. Hello, Vincent. That's good. That's very good. I like that.
It's like a little squeak.
Why don't we try Dean in Liverpool? Or maybe we should try somebody's fingers amputated and then stuck on it. Oh, that's good. Who are you?
All right.
Very well. That's Dean from Liverpool.
Yeah, how's it going, mate?
It's going all right. Dean, what do you think a woman's place is?
Yeah, well, you know, same place as a man, like, you know what I mean?
Fantastic. Thank you, Dean. Graham from... Let's not press our luck. Graham from Hertfordshire. Hello, Graham.
Hi, James.
Yes, Graham.
I think Nina's a fat bit.
Graham?
Oh, that's okay, that's okay.
Is that okay?
That's
I've got him
okay.
here. I've got him just under the finger here.
I'm a fat bitch. Don't worry.
You don't mind?
I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm not fat.
Okay.
You are a fat.
Graham,
Excuse me.
you're a jumped-up little... What?
I'm a 9.5 stone.
Yeah.
I'm a size 12.
Nina's plate.
Thank you.
It's on the scales, and I'm
Yeah.
totally happy on the scales these days.
Queenie from Bramley. Hello, Queenie.
Hello, James.
Hello, Queenie. How are you?
I'm fine now.
Good.
Thank you very much. Long time since I spoke to you.
A woman's place, Queenie.
Well, a woman's place isn't entirely in the home.
No.
I think she should be able to follow her own interests. For the simple reason that if you didn't have other friends apart from your children and husband, you'd be a very, very docile person.
You would, Queenie. Thank you. Adam from Wimbledon. Yes, Adam.
Hello there, James.
Hi.
Hello, Nina, as well.
We'll
Oh,
take
hello,
it,
Adam.
We'll take it as read that Nina and I are both fat bitches. So can we go on from there?
I was just going to say, James, that
Yeah.
I think the woman's place is chained to a kitchen sink, and the only time she should be unchained is for sex. And then she should be chained up for that as well.
Adam.
How do you
Excuse
feel
me, who
about that,
applauded
James?
that? Who applauded that?
It was only men members of the, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Adam,
Yes.
if you manage to get a woman chained up to a kitchen sink for sex, I don't think you know what to do.
Oh,
Debbie from Milton Keynes.
His
Hello.
chains would rust, wouldn't they, when you do the washing?
Well, yes, I think so. I think so. Debbie from Milton Keynes. Hello. Now, if you've got the woman chaining you up, that's a different story.
Oh.
Never mind. Okay, Debbie, hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
What I would like to know is, what is your personal opinion on women working? Because a lot of men seem to think that a woman should stay at home and have the families, but what happens when the families, like the children, have grown up and left home? Do they still believe the woman should stay at home?
That's a very good point. I mean, I actually believe that if women don't sort of prepare themselves, particularly if they've been at home for a long time, when they get to that stage, life changes dramatically, much more so than it does for a man, doesn't
See,
it?
in a way, I can't believe we're even discussing this, because surely we should be taking it for granted.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people even query it these days. That's most bizarre.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. I just very quickly want to do the competition, if that's okay. Before we go to the video, we're going to give away, not that, that's my book from Nina, we're going to give away the Beatles book, the Beatles tapes, everything else. And we asked you last week in London when I was looking particularly red and very sweaty, and I've been asked to apologise about that.
But you always look red and sweaty.
Well, I look more red and more sweaty, and someone said, are you really trying to upstage Nina? You're looking pink skin colour this time. I said, no. We said, what was the last hit John Lennon had All right, the last hit John Lennon had, we had thousands and thousands of people who wrote in with the last hit. We had, it wasn't Imagine, nor was it Give Peace a Chance. In fact, the answer was not even The Pavement, as some people wrote, because, of course, the tragedy happened in America, and the very perverted person who thought up this competition, which I have to tell you was the producer, I think, not myself.
I can't believe this.
Could you read out that?
The sidewalk.
Yes, I can believe that. I didn't want to read that out, actually. It's a Mr. S.M. Weatherall from Boston in Lincolnshire, who's the winner and gets all that, and he is as sick as most of the other people who work on this show. Right, Nina?
Yes. James.
Yes?
How was it for you?
Oof. Are you satisfied with your soap powder? Can you rely on it to get rid of everyday dirt and stains? Good. But are you absolutely sure your wash is completely clean? Can't you sometimes detect smelly pongs when you're ironing? Why is that? It's because you're a horrible, smelly person. Now, there's New Radio, a new late-night TV show that removes dirty, smelly people from phone-ins. New Radio. Try it. Is that degrading or what? Right. By the way, my agent is available on 061 633 6421, and I am available for commercials.
Do you hate the man on that ad? I hate him.
I'm reading from Myskow's book once more. Life can pass you by without your noticing, and suddenly you wake up in the Women's Institute, elbowing somebody out of the way for cakes, and then suddenly everything is gone. You might have been married 25 years when your husband leaves you one morning for some bimbo who has bent over once too often by the filing cabinets. Whoops. And there you are, grey hair, no waistline, no husband, nothing. Complacency is the danger. Once you become complacent, you might as well pull the duvet over your head. What's more, you'll probably find out you're under it on your own. Something, of course, Nina, won't happen to you. It's sad. No, it won't happen to you.
No, that's why I'm saying that's why I live the way I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I think that's what that lady who rang up in the last section.
Yeah.
That's exactly what can happen to you.
We've got Bob and Julie from East London say, what's happened to the nasty image? Me and the wife love the way you sorted out idiots, MPs and morons in general. Please don't turn into a softie. You are our voice. I didn't think we turned into a softie. Going back to this prat. What is his name? David Stayett. Did you know he's the vice chairman of this CFW, Campaign for Family and Womanhood. And I mean, I have never read so much drivel in my life. What about this one? In some activities, I told you that, such as bodybuilding, women make disgusting fools of themselves. Women's Lib tries to discredit the attractive, pleasing woman or girl by calling her a sex object. But to people endowed with normal sex feelings, this is seen as no insult.
It's absolutely appalling. I mean,
well, mind you, Diane, sitting next to you, has been what some people may consider to be a sex object for a number of years. Did you feel you were just purely a sex object or not?
No, of course not. Only slightly. And some people might see me
quite
that
a lot,
way.
really. Not slightly, quite a lot.
No, some people might see me that way, but some people wouldn't.
But you make your living like that. I'm not saying you shouldn't make your living like that, and I think you should use whatever you've got to make your living. But I mean, it's silly for you to say you weren't a sex object.
Yeah, to some people.
Well, you were a sex object to people who watched
that was where you,
yeah.
But I mean,
Oh, my dad.
But you wouldn't say she couldn't earn a living like that.
No. I applaud anybody who earns a living any way they want to do.
I think a lot of British women actually confuse looking good with being sexually available. I have a lot of trouble in getting women to look good because they think men are going to make passes at them and they don't understand that it's actually quite powerful to look attractive.
I think it's the men who get confused about that.
Yeah, I think sometimes some men get carried away, don't they? Listen, some men get carried away. If you see Chrissy over here dressed in this very, very attractive and very alluring outfit, some very misguided men, very misguided men are going to assume, some judges as well, that you're just available because you dress like that.
No, but if you've got to flaunt it, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you're flaunting it, you're not selling every man, is there, come on, baby, it's yours.
Frightened of you, aren't they, at the end of the day?
Men are frightened of women?
Oh, yes.
Do you think so?
And women dress to please other
Very
women.
fragile egos, men.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Jen.
Well, I think women get
right.
on very mixed messages as well.
Yeah.
And women dress to please other women.
OK, let's, I've got to put up the address. I hope you will write and reply to some of this. The address coming up for that, Wales Mail, care of Yorkshire Television, the Television Centre, Leeds, LS3 1JS. The same address. I've got these rather crappy CDs to give away. The words and music and 3 little words, all of the original soundtracks. Now, Nina wanted a couple. She's going to take a couple.
Yes, I'm the only one old enough to appreciate
Yes,
it.
I didn't say that, but there's some really silk stockings and the girls.
That's the one. That's
Where
the one.
Eagles Dare. Quite a disgusting bundle of music. All you have to do to have a chance of winning these is write your name and address down on a postcard or a sealed envelope and send it to me. That's all you have to do. You could win next week. Daniel from Goole. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Jim.
Yes, Daniel.
Where would you... Well, you said about...
Come on, get to the point, Daniel. I've got no time for this waffling.
Where would a woman's place...
Never mind. Right, Darren from Harrow. Hello, Darren.
Hi, James.
Yes, Darren. Hi.
All right, I want to talk about Nina. She wrote a book, I believe.
She's wrote... Well, in case you hadn't noticed, yes, Nina has written a book called Love, Sex and the Pursuit of Chocolate. Love and Sex, Mr. Out, Chocolate, she was okay for.
I think it's a very good book, actually.
Thank you, fine, good. Avril from... you pay him?
No, I don't know who he is.
Avril from Leeds. Hello,
Hi,
Avril.
James.
Hi.
Hi. I think that people, or the feminists, are really strong on this, are losing out by missing out on being ladies. They hate having doors open for them.
Yeah.
Flowers sent, hands kissed.
Oh, some women like that.
Oh, come on.
I
think we all like it.
That's the best
You
part.
do like it?
I don't know. Anybody doesn't like flowers sent to them, for heaven's sake. That's daft.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's go out, let's see if we can get hold of this this David Stayert, shall we, the chairman of this. Let's have a chat to him. We've been slagging him off. We ought to give him the right to reply, really.
Actually, what sums it all up is that picture of the perfect woman. Can you get that close to a camera?
I see.
Look at that. It's like barefoot and pregnant, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know
It's
whether you can
really,
get onto that, can
really
you?
submissive.
See? Yeah, not
You know-
very nice. Not very nice at all. I mean, listen to this one. Although there is no more valuable role in society than that of wife and mother in the home, the women's libbers do everything possible to discredit it and to entice or force every married woman into outside the home employment. This is and has been done by various legislative measures, by extensive and subtle propaganda, and by providing nurseries where women can leave their children for others to look after.
Outrageous. Outrageous, of course.
Isn't that disgusting?
But other women have been looking after other people's children since time began.
Of course, of course.
It doesn't necessarily
That's what's so
mean it's not
pernicious
new
about
today.
this campaign. I think it's completely pernicious. I mean,
Well, Mr. Stayert doesn't seem to want to answer the phone tonight, which is a great shame. Gave you your right to reply. I can't think I have ever heard of anything quite as... I just turned that phone off, actually. I just turned it off. It didn't go off. I was going, oh, good, good. We're off now. That's lovely. Good. I don't think we'll bother anymore, because I think I never heard of anything quite so disgusting as that. Right. You want us to sing a song now? Well, you don't want us to sing a song? Oh, okay. I met a fascinating lady the other day. You'll like her. I think you'll appreciate her. Watch this.
Whaley goes to town.
Well, Trucker Whale here at your service. Do I look the part? This is a man's world. You wouldn't expect to find a woman in this sort of place, would you? Hey? Not much. Oh, dear. Ah. Well, this is Dawn. Well, actually, no, it's just about midday, but the young lady's name is Dawn. What made you decide to become a truck driver anyway?
I'm qualified in different jobs, quite a few different jobs, and I've tried them, and I just can't hack it. This is the only job I'm comfy in. I love this job.
What do you like about it?
There's nobody on your back breathing down your neck.
Except us.
Well, yeah, I did have no choice in that, but yeah. There's nobody on your back breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
When you go onto dock, or wherever you're going, you always see a driver, even if it's a different company or the other end of the country.
Yeah.
You always see a driver who you know, you get a good laugh, you know, it's your own little community when you all meet up on a night.
But isn't it very male-orientated? I mean, do they have women's toilets, makeup facilities, that sort of stuff?
Makeup? What's that stuff? Well, most places have female toilets, like, but a lot of places don't, you know. I mean, it's like, how can I say this without being rude?
Be as rude as you like, Dawn.
You park up on a night, you need a pee.
Yeah.
You need to go to the loo.
Right.
And there's nowhere to go. You know, so what do? You go around the near side of your motor, you have a quick look around, see if there's nobody coming, And you put your knickers down, have a pee, and that's it. That's
And
all
why
you
not?
do.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I got pulled on the M11 by a policeman.
For doing this?
I was dying for a pee.
Yes.
So I pulled in, put my hazard lights on the hard shoulder. And as I was pulling my jeans up and fastening them like, I said, he was walking up front of the motor going, oh, I thought you'd broken down. I says, well, I would have done like, you know, if I'd have gone any further. You know. He says, do you realise I can arrest you for obscenities? I says, do you realise if I were a fella, I'd have been off by now?
Do you get paid the same?
Yeah. Oh, right, it's all the same.
I mean, I don't mean to be sort of crude about it, but do they treat you like another man?
I suppose they do, yeah. I mean,
Or do you get
you get a lot of flacking, you know what I mean? Sexist and obscene jokes, but I mean, I can come out with a few beauties myself, like, you know. You just got to give as good as you get. Well, I love the job, so I don't call it a job. I love driving, I always have done, since I passed my car test at 17. It's like that. I mean, you have to like your own company doing this job. If you're one of these people who needs to have someone with them, it's no good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're in your wagon all day. Right enough, there's folk passing you, you're waving, you stop for a cup of tea. That's really only contacts you get. And having arguments with dock workers, you know.
So you don't often wear a skirt, then?
I never wear a skirt. I can't remember the last time I wore a skirt.
You don't go out dancing?
Oh, why, yeah, you go
You
with
don't
lads,
buy
like,
women's
you know.
magazines?
I can't handle women's conversation. I'd rather go out with the lads. You know what I mean? Right, you get some right looks, like, you know.
Would you rather be a boy?
You.
Or do you like being a girl?
Well, I keep saying it to my mum, like, you know, I keep playing out with her.
Yeah.
Give me the wrong bits, you know. I mean, I've been taking these tablets for 6 years to get some, you know, lower strapping, sort of say, and no, it's come of it, so I'm going to complain.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, on a serious note, I mean, if you could have a sex change, would you do that?
Oh, no.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't have an operation.
You wouldn't have an operation?
But if I had a choice of what sex I could have been before I was born, I'd have gone for the lads.
You're not interested in boys or anything like that, then?
After working with them since I left school, I don't think so. Well, I mean, I'm not gay or even slightly, you know, in that direction, like, you know, but I like the lads, you get a good laugh, you know what I mean?
You don't think you'd ever want to get married or?
Hell to teeth, no. I can make carry first.
Which way did you say? No, I've got it. Right?
Are your hands dirty?
Oh, look at that. I've just manicured those as well.
They're shame.
Oh, dear.
You'll have to go back to the kitchen sink and wash the dishes. Fairy liquid, it keeps your hands all nice and soft.
Comedian. Very funny. Come on. I mean, there are some things you can't do. For instance, a man can go, when it's nice warm weather, he can take his shirt off and go around and do things. You can't do that. They go mad if you were to do that, wouldn't they?
Well, we got a new amendments thing, you know, company rules and stuff. And it says, number 8, what? Seeing as though the good weather's here, you know, drivers can wear shorts and go topless.
Yeah.
That goes. Can I go topless? I said, I get flaming arrested before I left the yard, like, instant dismissal. Does that cause...
Really?
No. Does that cause accidents, won't that?
It's my life and I'm gonna live it my way. I'm a driving, living legend.
You have the last word.
Yeah?
Into the camera.
The last word is, if you can do the job, do it. If you can't do the job, don't bother trying.
Earthlings, satellite television is dying. We cannot survive without the program you call the James Whale Radio Show. Any program could fill a nighttime schedule, but only one can get ratings. Our contract people will soon be negotiating. You have been warned.
Magazine.
Right.
You see a magazine with a man in it, good-looking man, all that, the sort of guy that you would go for. And you think, oh...
2 decades younger than you.
Yes, precisely, precisely. And you feel bad about it. You know, so when women say, well, they look at Diane when she used to be in the newspapers, and they say, oh, stereo, you expect us all to have to live up to that. It's just as bad for men, really. I knew it was right.
Oh,
by the way,
weeping tears.
I've got a few I've got facts here. It says from Tots Discotheque in Southend, now I've mentioned it, they've got 900 people all ready to shout a very big hello. So could you sort of, they're big fans of Nina's as well, and yours in there. So say hello to them. Okay.
Hello.
It's nice in the flat, isn't it? If you can acknowledge us,
Only
we're going to.
James Well could change the bedroom into the boardroom. B-O-R-E-D.
That wasn't nice. I haven't mentioned your book.
Well, at least 5
I'm not
minutes.
mentioning it.
There we are.
What book?
I
What
mean-
book? Has anyone seen me, Brillo?
Oh, for goodness sake, get off here. What are you doing? Chrissy?
Oh, dear.
Chrissy, what have you lost?
Oh, I've lost your shoe right up me crutch.
Look, Chrissy, could
Oh,
you...
dear,
We're trying
I'm
to...
going to leave this in a
Chrissy,
minute.
please, now just go back into the... Please, for a moment, thank you. Stuart?
I think I'm going to have to leave.
Stuart, what do you...
I
think I'm going to have to leave.
Women now.
What?
This man will be frightened of women for the rest of his life.
No, this is Stuart from Big Country who are playing. Stuart, what are you doing? I'm trying to have
He is a
do
big
as
boy
little
as
as
well, isn't he?
possible. Stuart,
Trying to pretend he's not here.
Could you not
basically.
upset
Like the rest of
Stuart
us.
because he's playing football tomorrow for
Yes,
Scotland?
shut your legs, it's rude to point.
Yeah. Chrissy, if you could just leave us for 1 second, just come off here for a few minutes. No, Chrissy,
That's
just
not-
off here for just.
Get your foot out me!
Could you help Chrissy, because obviously she needs a little help here.
Yes.
Right, let's. I beg your pardon.
There you are, I've got your
Oh, good. Yes, thank you very much
Did you do it
indeed.
for you, James?
It's your fault, you see. You're encouraging them. Vincent from Nottingham. Hello, Vincent. Or Craig from Glasgow. Hello, Craig.
Hello, James.
Hello, Craig. Hi.
I watched your film there about the lady lorry driver.
Yeah.
Very good. My young sister, she's one of only 2 firefighters in Scotland. She's a female.
Do you think that the roles between men and women in Scotland are more defined than they may be here?
Well, we're all meant to be he-men up here, but there should be more women in the fire service and other things like that.
Yeah.
They're perfectly capable.
Hang on, Myskow, what do you mean? Are the men in Scotland not he-men or what?
No, I mean, there's a whole kind of macho cult, you know, that goes with the sort of I think, with the sort of the beer drinking and the whiskey swilling that you find in a lot of places.
Do many women actually fancy, Diane, I mean, do many women actually fancy the sort of yobbos, the sort of rather
lager
dirty lager lads you see on the television, the sort of people who give football a bad name and that sort of
the
thing?
equivalent of them in women, yeah.
There's an equivalent in
They've all
women?
got wives and girlfriends and
No,
things.
what I'm saying is, do you think women find them... I mean, who
well,
likes
some
these
women,
people?
yeah. The women that are the same as that.
What?
The women lager outs.
What are you talking
There
about?
are.
I didn't ask you about women like... I don't know what she's talking about
Whole
here.
fancied lager outs.
Yeah.
Everybody's suited to
Yeah.
each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's different strokes for everybody.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
We don't like those sort of people, do we?
No.
We don't like those sort of...
Well,
We
you
want
asked-
them off. Excuse me. Wendy from Driglington. Hello, Wendy.
Hi, James.
Yes, Wendy.
You may probably be unaware of the situation, but I actually feel that a woman's place is in the bedroom.
Well, I mean, a woman's place is in the bedroom when she wants to
Definitely.
go to sleep, like a man's place is in the bedroom when she goes to sleep. It's just that sort of glib thing that a man says, a woman's place is in kitchen and in bedroom, and that's about all. Do you know many people like that?
What's she basically saying?
So what are you saying, Samantha?
Wendy?
Are you Wendy?
It
Oh, yes, you
obviously
are.
wasn't that good, James.
I'm moving on. I'm sorry, I know so many. Wendy, so what are you saying? A woman's place is in the bedroom? Of course it's in the bedroom.
Definitely, to make a man happy. I mean, I'm not into all this feminism.
But isn't a man supposed to make a woman happy?
Oh, yes, certainly, but I mean,
Do you think men are better than you?
no.
Well, then, get out of here. Right, Samantha from Wolverhampton. Hello,
I
Samantha.
can't believe she said that.
Hello, Samantha.
Hello?
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, I totally disagree with page 3 girls.
Why?
I just think it's degrading. I was a page 3 model once.
You were a page 3 model once.
That's right.
Yeah. And you gave it up.
Why did she disagree with it then?
She thinks it's degrading to women.
So why did she do it then?
Well, she doesn't do it
Well, I
anymore.
thought it was nice at the time.
But
Until
you-
I
Ridiculous,
actually saw the
that's
photo.
Yeah. But don't you think, Diane, that perhaps it's actually encouraging men to look at women purely as sex objects? Don't you think it's making women...
I think women look at them, some men look at women like that, no matter what.
Because you see, the interesting thing is that Nina has appeared on a lot of programmes where she's actually Mr. Telethon and things like that, where it's okay to sort of joke about men as sex objects, but it's not okay to joke about
because
women.
it's hopefully redressing the balance in some way. It is actually turning the tables. And I think it was time that men were held up to praise or ridicule like women have been for centuries.
Okay, that's enough for the phone calls. Thank you very much indeed. Next week, we're coming live from France. Be nice, won't it? I'd have to get you along. And we'll be talking about, you know, Europeans. Are we the new Europeans? Will we all be spending the euro dollar and all that sort of stuff? So join us for that next week, live from France. Big Country's Greatest Hits. Stuart went off with Chrissy somewhere. You see that? She came on and he disappeared. They just went. And...
Well, hopefully they're scrubbing the oven or...
I beg your pardon.
Well,
You're just jealous now. You are just jealous. You're just jealous.
He's too old for me.
Is he?
Yep.
Well, okay. Well, Stuart and Co. Big Country's going to sing their latest single, and their greatest hits are out at the moment. Join us next week. In the meantime, have a nice weekend from Diane and from Nina and from my... Bye-bye. Ba-ba-bum.